Hello Virgo, and welcome to your reading for the period covering May 21st through June 3rd, 2024. I do these readings every couple of weeks, hence the kind of weird time frame, but I do 6 signs a week, so this is the week that I do Aries through Virgo, and so it will be 2 weeks before I do your next one. This is a reading if you are Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising, or have another significant Virgo placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you, and if you're returning, welcome back. Those of you familiar with this channel know that I do things according to the 12 houses of astrology, and that I use the wisdom of Cartouche deck, or the way of Cartouche deck, really. And then I also clarify with a tarot reading. And the cards I'm using this week are the Guardian of the Night Oracle by M.J. Cullinane, and our Oracle deck of the week that we will pull from at the end is the Essential Oil Oracle. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you choose, and if you do like these videos, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. I do have links in the description box below to my website, Transition Life Coaching, for my coaching and mentoring business, which also includes, as my tools, I often use astrology, both Eastern and Western, human design, Reiki therapy, and also I do tarot and oracle readings. All depending on what's needed. I have the full assessment of that there, plus my social media links. Those of you who subscribe do notice that I do a thing live stream every day from 6:30 to 7 a.m., or usually roughly 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will discuss some aspect of my coaching business, but also I will do a daily reading there with my Osho Zen cards usually. So if you want to get an additional reading each day, you can check out those videos. So, okay, with all that said, let's dive into your reading. If you're not familiar with these, I will explain, you'll get the hang of how I do these pretty quick. Okay, so first house is Aries energy. Aries is your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how people see you. And we have Pyramid with the 10 of Cups. So I feel like family has been maybe a test for you recently, because 10 of Cups to me is a card that has a lot to do with family and community. 10 of Cups isn't actually an excellent card. It's about being family-oriented or being community-oriented, being connected with people, and being in a situation where one is happy working with the group or being supported by the group. But of course, the fact that we have it with Pyramid suggests to me that there may be something that is challenging or testing you, or testing something about your identity or how you see yourself. And as we go through, we may see more about what this has to do with. The second house is Taurus energy. This has to do with your finances. And okay, we have Hathor with the Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Pentacles indicates a new stream of income or new monies that are coming in from somewhere. So this could be a new job for some people. It could be just some new monies coming in. Now, Hathor has to do with the feminine. So this can be literally money coming in from a feminine source. It could be somebody's mother. It could be, it could just be another female. Sometimes this has to do with work that's associated with things that I consider to be Venus related, or really Venus, or related perhaps to the moon or to household things. So somebody maybe who has a career doing baking or sewing or fashion or something aesthetic like, makeup artist, hairdresser. I mean, all these things are connected potentially with Hathor, but Hathor can also be the businesswoman who's very organized and has things together in her own right. I mean, there's either strong Taurus or Virgo energy usually associated with this card. But but there's something there. There's some energy here. So either this is the type of work that maybe is going to bring the money in, or this has to do with a female figure that is somehow connected to this new source of income that is coming in. So take it as it resonates for you. The third house that we have here is Gemini energy. This has to do with messages, communications. If you are self-employed, this would have to do with that. It's the house of self-effort. And it can also have to do with brother-sister relationships as well, and short distance travel. So yeah, those are a lot of different factors. Obviously, not all of them are going to apply because this is a general reading, but take which resonates and leave the rest. Okay, you have Ta with the 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands, okay. Ta, if we're talking about business, Ta can indicate a situation where you are working very, very hard at something. Okay, maybe you're really persistent and moving to build a solid foundation for something. But with Nine of Wands, we have this wounded warrior energy. So there's this sense of either being drained of energy, exhausted, trying to push through to the finish line on something, or we just feel that we are, we're just tired of something. We're tired of repeating something and just want it to be done and over with. So this could be connected to self-employment if you're self-employed. If not, this could be some other situation. Maybe if you're traveling regularly for something that you're working hard at and you're tired of it, or something in a sibling relationship that you're tired of. Or maybe maybe these are just messages that you're receiving regularly about work or about something, some kind of aspect of something that is kind of wearing you out and where you feel like you have to have a lot of patience. So again, we'll keep going to see where that might be coming from. Fourth house is Cancer energy. This is home, family. This is your physical home, your sense of being at home, and your sense of security. It can also have to do with your family, whether it be your immediate family, your extended family, your ancestors, and particularly this is the house of the mother. And we have Bast with the Three of Pentacles. So now for some people, this could indicate starting a business at home, okay? Maybe that's what the energy is over here. Maybe you're starting something and maybe it's a lot of work and you're feeling very, very tired. But in which case it probably is telling you to sort of continue pushing through. Three of Pentacles can indicate working from home in some ways, but Three of Pentacles is also about collaboration or working with somebody on something, okay? Building trust, building relationships, building collaborations, again. And then with the Bast card, I feel like this also has to do with collaborations or with being recognized for something, okay? So you can decide if this has to do with a family situation or with maybe a working at home situation, but there's something going on here where there's a need for collaboration. There's a need for people to kind of work together on something. And also there just seems to be a desire to be recognized for something, or with the Bast card, or there could even be a situation where there's a lot of, again, there may be some mental stress that needs to be relieved. Bast is the happiness card. So there definitely is about either wanting to be happy or wanting to be recognized. Or again, there is a strong social element to this card, which is why when I look at it in conjunction with the Three of Pentacles, I feel like it might be saying, okay, there may be a situation that's social or collaborative that's connected either to the home or the family. So take it as it resonates here. Fifth house, this is Leo energy. Leo has to do with creativity, with children, with love affairs. And it can also have to do with recreation and leisure. And okay, so we have Seth here. So when Seth shows up, this means there's a block or a problem. So this either has to do with a love affair, it could have to do with a situation with a child, or it could be something connected to a creative project that you're working on. Okay, those are usually the main things connected with this house. And with Crook and Flail, which, whenever we draw Seth in Cartouche, you draw a second card. Crook and Flail seems to indicate there could be... See, Crook and Flail can indicate legal issues with something. It can also just be indicating being in someone's good graces or being on the right side of the law. So I don't know if there's a touchy situation between you and a lover or a child. That could be something that's going on here. It can also just be something where... I don't know. There's something here connected to the word legal keeps coming into my mind, but that may or may not apply to everybody. There just seems to be something here, or Crook and Flail sometimes comes up when we need to have the confidence to do something or to believe in our authority to do something. So we have it with the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups energy is about walking away from something that has served you well usually, or just something that you find that you've invested a lot of energy in and now it seems to have no meaning. So, and we've also got this number 8 going on because we've got an 8 and the 1 plus 7 here is an 8. So I don't know if this is something happening in 8 days, 8 weeks. I mean, I usually see 8 of Cups as an 8 days card. So I don't know. I'm recording this on the 19th. So, take that as it resonates, but, or maybe it'll have to do with something that happens in August or in 8 weeks or 8 months. I don't know, but there's something here that is connected to, again, there's this idea about recognition here, which is kind of interesting, but I just feel like there's some situation where it's, like I said, it's either going to be an issue with a child, a lover, a project you're working on, or something that's important to you, something that you may ultimately just decide that the best thing to do is just to not pursue it and to walk away. And like I said, I don't know if there's legal ramifications to something, or maybe if it's just, or I don't know, maybe there's something where there's been a quarrel, and this is saying ultimately, you know, being in the right, or being in the right side of the law with something. Like there's a strong justice element to this. So maybe there's just something that's going to come up, and you just feel like you need to, maybe you feel like you're in the right on a situation, or maybe it's telling you you're in the right on a situation where there may be some kind of a disagreement. But there may be a decision to just walk away from whatever's going on here. So take that as it resonates. It's kind of an interesting combination there. 6th house is your own energy, Virgo energy. Virgo has to do with health and healing, worries and anxieties. If you have a job, it would have to do with your job that you do to make money. I mean, it can also be your career, but doesn't have to be. So if you have a job, or you're not like self-employed or something else, then that would apply in this house. Sometimes it has to do with pets too. Okay, so we have Osiris here with the 2 of Cups. So this indicates a certain sense of stability. So on the health front, this actually is very good. So this would indicate a stable and a very strong situation. 2 of Cups here, now I don't know. For some of you, this could indicate a work relationship, or a relationship that comes through, with somebody either you meet in a work situation, or, I don't know, like, or maybe just somebody here. Now, this is strong Aries energy here, or Aries or Sagittarius with Osiris. So there's strong fire, almost Emperor type energy here. So I don't know, maybe there's somebody, well, I don't know. Now, looking at Crook and Flail over here, I'm wondering if there's a love relationship with somebody who has some kind of an authority at your job, and maybe it's something that, maybe there's an issue with that. I don't know. So maybe you might decide to walk away from it. I'm not entirely sure. That's a possibility there. But the 2 of Cups definitely indicates some kind of a partnership, and it indicates this level of stability. So, and the fact that this is in the house of worry and concern, I don't know. I don't know if this is concern about a partner, or about the stability of a partner, or is this concern about a love affair, or maybe a work romance or something. I don't know. Take it as it resonates here, but I feel like there's a situation where, I don't know. Ultimately, there does not seem to be... I feel like with regard to certain things, this could just represent stability, but I can't help feeling like that this has to do with a relationship. This could be a work relationship that maybe some people feel is inappropriate. That's a possibility here. So, so take it as it resonates. If you're not working a job where this is a kind of thing that's going on, then maybe this is somebody you are meeting. Maybe it's somebody with authority, maybe who you've met, maybe somebody who you used to work with, or maybe you've met in some kind of health or healing context. This could also have to do with somebody who's like, you know, a doctor, or a trainer, or something like that. Like, I don't know. There's an energy here, though, with the 2 of Cups. It could be, usually I see this as romance or coming together. Strictly speaking, though, this could just also be, if you say, look, there's no romance on the table anywhere, then this could be just a card of somebody who is a good friend, or somebody who is sort of a contact that you feel is... I mean, I'm going to use the word intimate, but I don't necessarily mean that in a physical way. It could just be somebody who you feel very close to and who you trust. So, I don't know. Overall, there definitely seems to be, it's either something you're very concerned about, or it's something connected with your work here, but or with something connected to your health and what you do to maintain your health. So, take that as it resonates there. I have a feeling that seems like it's fairly specific. Let's look at the 7th house. This is Libra energy, and Libra has to do with relationships. So this could be work relationships. This could be, well, really, this has to do with marriages. And when I say work relationships, I mean like a business partnership, anything that's contractual or legal. So, like I said, an actual marriage, a contractual relationship of some kind. This also, if you are thinking about somebody here who you want to get married to, or you're thinking just about you're dating and you're asking about your prospects for marriage, this could also cover that as well. Now we have Sirius with the moon. So Sirius, yeah, okay. As far as partners go, If this has to do with a partnership down here, the fact that we have Crook and Flail and that we have Sirius here, this seems to indicate somebody who's successful or well recognized, and this could be somebody who's just very physically attractive, okay? Because Sirius usually indicates a very strong and also somebody who's just physically active as a partner. So that could be the thing. Now we have it with the moon, so this seems to indicate a relationship situation that is unclear. If you are not married or not, or you're wondering about the long term, moon is not always a great sign for a long-term relationship. At the very least, it can indicate a situation where things are just unclear. There could be a lot of infatuation. There could be a lot of fantasy around a person, but where it's actually going may not be clear. If you're already in a marriage relationship, then again, we have this idea of either a strong and physically active partner or somebody with whom maybe physical fitness or whatever it maybe is a thing for them. But again, we have this moon energy here, which seems to suggest a situation that is unclear and potentially a very emotional situation. But I feel like there could be things going on where maybe if you and your partner are not communicating a whole lot, and maybe you have the sense that there's something going, and I'm not necessarily saying there's anything nefarious going on. Like, I'm not saying like there's an affair or anything like that, but sometimes this can come up when you feel like maybe something is not right, but maybe your partner's saying, no, everything's fine. Like there's just a sense here that there's something that's a little bit off kilter here, and maybe that needs to be worked through in some way. And again, this could also apply to a business partnership or relationship too. So take it as it resonates there. 8th house, Scorpio energy. This is about transformations, beginnings, endings, and also potentially joint finances. Okay, so we have Scarab with the 5 of Wands. Now, Scarab comes up when there is a new beginning. Something has ended, there's a new beginning here. And again, being that Scorpio is the house of endings and beginnings, it does seem like there has been some kind of a major shift or change. Now, whether this is a literal thing, whether there's been, say, a recent loss of somebody, that's a possibility here. And by the way, this is not a predictor of loss, so I don't like anybody passing away or anything. So I don't want to give anybody that impression. But if that's something that's happened recently, then that may be why this is showing up here. But this could also just be that something has dramatically changed in your life or is about to change, okay? And we have this with the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands can indicate quarrels. It can indicate conflict over something. Sometimes it's an indication of too many people being involved in something. If this does have to do with money or joint finances, it could just be you have people meddling in finances that don't belong there. Or just maybe again, if there has been a recent passing, maybe this is a jockeying over legacy. Sometimes it could be like, a bunch of different people coming in wanting their piece of the pie, or competing with people trying to say, what if there's or not liking what a will says or something like that. I mean, that's a possibility if that is something you're dealing with. But otherwise, I would just say that there's changes that are coming, but there may be some struggle getting through these changes. 5 of Wands is definitely a card of, where the conflict could be internal. It could be entirely you, nervous and worried about where something is going, or about the change itself. Like there could be some resistance to it. Like you may not feel, or this could be outside people who are showing resistance to whatever this change is. Because 5 of Wands usually can be like a competitiveness, not a real serious thing, but there's definitely this sense of conflict, which could be an internal struggle or struggle with others. If it struggles with others, then, there's the need to clear out any energy or people that are not wanted or really needed in a particular situation. Okay, 9th house. This is Sagittarius energy. Sag has to do with higher education and educational institutions, spirituality and belief, and also institutions connected to that. It can have to do with long distance travel. And sometimes this has to do with legal matters as well. Okay, so we have the 9 of Swords with the wing disc. I don't know why legal jumps into my head, maybe because I'm seeing this down here. It's quite possible that there's something that's come up. Or, like I said, this could have to do with school. This could have to do with a religious organization. I mean, take it as it resonates for you. But there's something here where there is a concern. 9 of Swords shows up when there's a lot of mental energy, when we are worried and stressed about something. whether that thing is a real thing or not, or if we're just thinking this thing could possibly happen. If it is a legal matter, maybe we're worried about the outcome of a court case or something. Whatever it is we're worried about, we have the winged disc, which indicates everything's going to be fine. Okay, you are going to overcome obstacles. It seems like you are going to be worried, or there's going to be some stress in the meantime, but whatever's going on here, you are going to surmount it and overcome it and be successful in whatever it is that you're trying to do. So if there's something here that you're struggling with that's connected to the areas of this house, then this is saying, you're going to, you will succeed, you will overcome that. Okay. 10th house, Capricorn energy. Capricorn is about career, fame, reputation, also potentially father energy, legacy, things that you're leaving for other people. Okay, we have Sphinx with the star. So I think as far as anything connected to your career or to things you're doing, you might be taking a time out right now. Sphinx shows up when we want to sit back, wait, and see. It's a very passive card, like what's coming. This can also be a card of secrets too, so it's possible that you are doing something or making some changes behind the scenes. But oftentimes this comes up when we need, when we take a step back from something. And with the star, the star is definitely a card of, it's a very positive card of possibilities, but this can also be a card of vulnerability and healing. This can sometimes happen if we've recently had an upset in something, and now we are just, pulling ourselves back together, seeing, what our possibilities are. So I feel like the star here, like when I see this with Sphinx, I feel like maybe you're feeling a bit vulnerable right now in terms of your career or something that's going on with something public. So you're kind of taking a step back out of the limelight a little bit with something. But I don't feel that this is a negative. I feel like this is just more of a timeout after some recent events. 11th house, this is Aquarius energy, friendships, business networks, people people in your social media and so forth. Also your hopes and wishes, and also your goals, your destiny. Okay, we have Earth and Strength. So with these two together, Earth definitely can indicate a wish or a goal that may be financial or financially driven. This can also indicate relationships and things that are growing slowly, like things that you're building up kind of slow and steady, trying to create stability. There definitely is a wish for stability and perhaps something connected to finances here. Or it could be indicating that finances may come out of your networks. Like if you're trying to do something new here financially, maybe this new financing is going to come out of somebody in your support group who's a friend or otherwise. And then when we have it with Strength, Strength seems to indicate something. Again, there's this idea of a little bit of a struggle. We have the 5 of Wands, we have the 9 of Swords, the Star showing like some kind of recent stress. So I feel like there's been a situation where you've had to be the bigger person, or where you feel like you've had to, that sometimes this comes up when we've had to control our temper in a situation, or just try to take the high ground in something. So there may have been a situation here where we feel like we've needed to be grounded and to stay practical and focused on something with regard to our wishes or with regard to a particular friendship or relationship. And finally, in the 12th house, we have Pisces energy. So this is about what's in the imagination, what maybe we're not expressing to people, what we're not showing to people. And it can also have to do with what things we have doubts about. And we have Queen of Swords with air. So this is double air here, because swords cards are the air element also. So there definitely seems to be, like I said, we have some moon energy over here. We have some cups energy. We have you feeling kind of tired and drained about certain things. We have some worries. The fact that this is coming up, definitely, there's a lack of emotion with this, okay? Queen of Swords is somebody who is just very detached, who is wants just the facts, wants to see things clearly, maybe somewhat perfectionist, maybe has a certain standard about how you want things to be done. And air also has to do with this kind of detached, observing kind of energy. It can be very friendly energy, but it's generally much more intellectual. So unconsciously, it seems like there's a lot of thought going on, like you are definitely seeking clarity on something, and perhaps there's a concern that you don't have full clarity on a situation or full information. So so overall, if I'm gonna get to the center cards here, but overall I feel like there's situations here There definitely, I feel like, yeah, like I said, there's some new beginnings here. I feel like family may be a factor here. And, you know, and maybe just this sense of belonging to community. Maybe there's some aspect of that that's being tested, some aspect of a relationship that might be being tested, or there might be some difficulties. For some of you, this could be a work relationship, but does not have to be. But there definitely seems to be something that's cloudy here, either in a relationship or potentially in a situation with a child. In any case, there's something that you feel like you need to maybe walk away from or take a different tactic. I feel like there's a lot of situations where maybe there's been some struggles, maybe where you feel like you've had to keep your cool a little bit, calm your anxieties. And overall, we have Urias. So yeah, there's definitely this sense of things that expect the unexpected. I think there's a lot of situations here where maybe you have some concerns about how things are, but this is saying that this is usually a card that's saying things are not as you expect. Like there's going to be a curveball here, but it's not usually a negative curveball. Urias usually indicates things are not as bad as you think that they are. And we have it with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So these are both bringing very good messages and very good news. So I don't know. I feel like you're just right now you're trying to negotiate and navigate certain relationships, certain things maybe about work, or for some of you even, you know, connected to family. But and there are some worries about how some things come out. For some of you, this may be actually a legal matter, particularly. But overall, I feel like okay, if there's a situation where you feel like someone's doing you dirty, then this definitely says you will outwit your adversaries. Okay, so that's the one thing. But this is usually good news. This could be new love for some people, but Ace of Cups generally just indicates something that's an emotional new start in a very positive sense. And Page of Wands is like a new plan and new enthusiasm for something. But again, this can also bring messages in. Whatever's coming in here, whatever may be a little bit stressful right now, I feel like you are going to be getting some good news soon that's going to move you towards a situation that is more palatable for you and towards where you're going. But yeah, just a couple areas here that seem like they might be stressful right now, but I think you may be making some decisions to make some changes. So let's look at our essential oil card. The oil card you got for today is grapefruit. Okay, so grapefruit oil. And the keyword on this card is nourishment. So the trigger statement is, it's all my fault. The true statement is, I see what I truly need. And the message is, your energetic body needs nourishment. So begin to discern physical hunger from spiritual hunger. Cherish your body and the way it supports you. Okay. So I think this is more about, I mean, this is definitely a Virgo house thing. Physical health, make sure you're focused on your, first of all, the idea that the trigger statement is, it's all my fault, indicates, you know, needing to get away from attitudes of blame or attitudes of feeling like maybe that's our struggle here. Maybe there's been changes. Maybe you feel you should have done something differently. But definitely there's a thing of, in whatever kind of stress is going on here, there's definitely the sense of taking care of yourself. Definitely there's a need for healing and maybe for some retreat. And yeah, I feel like there's people that you need to work with. There may be some difficulties, like I said, with a friend or with a lover or with a child or with somebody like that. But ultimately, I don't know, with Crook and Flail, I ultimately feel like it's something that's going to be resolved in a just way. But there may be a decision to walk away from something. And it does look like there's something new going on financially here. So yeah, if there's been some stressful situations or some big changes or things you're worried about, hang tight. It does seem like you're going to get some good news very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching this week, Virgo. I hope this reading was helpful. If you do like this channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up and a comment if you choose. Everything that you do definitely helps this channel. I hope you have a good rest of your May, and we'll see you again in June. Take care.